My girlfriend said, "Stop acting like we're married. We're just dating." I said, "You're absolutely right." Then I split every bill 50-50, stopped picking her up, and started making plans without her. 2 weeks later, she was begging me to go back to how things were. I'm writing this because I still can't decide whether what happened between me and Emily was a breakup, a wake-up call, or the clearest lesson I've ever learned about love and boundaries. And maybe because some part of me is still sorting through the pieces. When she said those words, we were sitting at a trendy restaurant in downtown Seattle, the kind of place her friends like posting on Instagram. The room glowed with warm amber lights. The air smelled like rosemary and expensive wine, and her two friends, Shelby and Talia, were watching us with that nosy but pretending not to be look. We had been dating for almost 2 years, and I thought things were steady, maybe even heading somewhere real. But right then, the way she tossed her hair, took a sip of her Pinot Noir, and laughed that little dismissive laugh, God, something inside me just cracked. Not loudly, not dramatically. It was like a quiet splinter beneath the skin. She said it so casually, like she wasn't dropping a grenade on the table. "Stop acting like we're married. We're just dating." Her friend snickered like she made a joke. I felt my chest tighten, but I held my face neutral. I didn't argue. I didn't offend myself. I didn't list off the thousands of small ways I'd shown up for her, driving 30 minutes each way to pick her up because she hated parking downtown, covering dinners because she was saving for grad school, doing little things like fixing her flat tire, bringing her lunch when she forgot it, spending nights helping her study, or giving her my sweater the second she said she was cold. None of it felt like sacrifice. I thought that was love. I thought we were building something. But her tone made me realize she didn't see any of that as partnership. She saw it as convenience. I remember the waiter putting the check down in front of me. Like always, he probably assumed, like most people did, that I'd just take care of it. Emily reached for her phone, totally relaxed, like she knew I'd handle it. I pulled out my wallet, paused, and said, "So, that's about $72 each, right?" Everything at the table froze. Shelby choked on her drink. Talia blinked like someone had slapped her. Emily looked at me with this confused, offended expression, as if I had broken some invisible rule. She thought I agreed to forever. The rest of dinner was tense. The car ride home was tense. She crossed her arms the whole way, tapping her finger against her elbow like she was annoyed but didn't know how to word it. When I dropped her off, she didn't kiss me, didn't even say goodnight. She just hesitated, like she wanted to say something, then shut the door. And that's where it started. The next morning she texted, "What time are you picking me up for my cousin's wedding tomorrow?" I stared at my phone for a full minute before replying. "I'm not. You said we're just dating. You can meet me there or take your own car." Her reply came fast. "What? I told everyone we were going together. That was before I knew we were keeping things casual." She called. I ignored it. Instead, I grabbed my golf bag and spent the morning at the course with my friend Sam. When I posted a picture on my story of us clinking beers, she viewed it within 2 minutes. Then she messaged, "Having fun without me?" I sent back, "Yeah, you were right. Casual is kind of freeing." No kiss emoji, no heart, no reassurance, just the truth. And that's all it took for the ground to shift under her. For 2 years, I had been the one planning, driving, paying, fixing, showing up. Suddenly, I wasn't orbiting her anymore, and she didn't know what to do with the empty space. I stopped texting good morning. She noticed. She texted anyway. I waited hours to respond. I didn't pick her up for dinners. I didn't automatically offer help when she complained about her car acting up. I didn't rearrange my schedule when she asked last-minute favors. I wasn't rude. I wasn't distant in a cruel way. I was just no longer her stand-in husband. And she absolutely felt the difference. One Saturday, she asked, "Can you drive me to Madison's birthday dinner?" Normally, I would have said yes before she even finished the sentence. Instead, without looking up from my laptop, I said, "You have a car, Em." She blinked, waiting for me to laugh like it was a joke. When I didn't, she looked almost scared. Not panicked, but unsettled. Like she was seeing me, without the comfortable blur of expectations, she'd always had. That night, by coincidence, we ended up at the same restaurant. Me with coworkers, her with her friends. When she walked in, she gave a small wave like she expected me to come over, kiss her, greet her friends, pretend we were the perfect couple. I just nodded politely and turned back to my colleagues. I could feel her staring at me the whole night. 2 weeks. That's all it took for her confidence to crumble. She showed up at my apartment one evening, unannounced, holding a bag of groceries. She never cooked, ever. And yet there she was, nervously unpacking ingredients in my kitchen like she was auditioning for a role. I thought maybe we could have dinner together, she said. Like before, I leaned against the counter, watching her fumble with a cutting board. Before what? Before you started acting different. Different how? She sighed, frustrated. You know how. You don't treat me the same anymore. I'm treating you exactly how you said you wanted. I replied, like we're just dating. She paused, knife hovering above a tomato. That's not what I meant. It's what you said. She set the knife down, hands trembling slightly. Why are you twisting everything? I'm not twisting anything, Em. I just finally listened. She swallowed hard, her eyes glassy, but trying so desperately not to spill anything emotional. The dinner was good. The conversation was strained. And halfway through, she whispered, I miss how you used to care. I said, you miss how easy it was when I did both sides of work. She didn't deny it. Not really. She just looked down, like the truth was too heavy to meet head on. Over the next few days, she texted more than usual. She called more. She asked when we could hang out. She invited me to things she normally assumed I'd be available for. Her tone changed from confident to cautious, from expecting to asking. That's when I realized she finally felt the imbalance I had been carrying for so long. A month later, she asked to meet and talk. We ended up in this quiet cafe on a rainy Sunday, the kind of gloomy Seattle afternoon where the whole world feels muted. She sat across from me, shoulders slouched, hands wrapped around her mug, like it was the only warm thing in her life. You've changed, she whispered. You don't care the way you used to. I stopped pretending I was the only one who did. I replied. She flinched a little, like the words physically hit her. For the first time, she didn't argue. She didn't deflect. She didn't laugh it off. She just looked small. I didn't mean to hurt you, she said quietly. I just felt overwhelmed. Things were getting serious, and I panicked. Being scared is okay. I told her. Asking me to give you all the benefits of a relationship while you give half the effort. That's not okay. She rubbed her thumb against the ceramic mug over and over, like she was trying to soothe herself. I want to fix this, she said. Fix what? She hesitated. Us. Or the comfort you lost? She didn't have an answer. Maybe because she knew the real one wasn't flattering. When we walked out of the cafe, the rain was coming down harder, streaking her hair and soaking her coat. She stopped near the door, voice barely above the sound of traffic. Do you think we'll ever be like before? I looked at her, really looked at her, and felt nothing sharp or angry, just clarity. No, I said, because I'm not going back to being someone who gives everything to someone who only half wants it. She blinked rapidly, trying to hold herself together. Then she turned and walked away, disappearing into gray Seattle rain like some unresolved memory. That night, I cooked dinner alone. I opened a bottle of wine. I sat by my window, listening to the rain tapping softly against the glass. And for the first time, not just in weeks but in years, I felt at peace. Not lonely, not rejected, just free. Free of proving my worth. Free of carrying the weight of two people. Free of mistaking convenience for love. Here's what I learned. When someone tells you to stop acting like you're committed, what they really mean is stop making me feel responsible. And when you finally listen, when you stop giving what isn't valued, you don't lose love. You make room for real love, the kind that doesn't expect you to carry the entire relationship on your back. Emily wanted affection without accountability. I wanted partnership. And once I stopped pretending they were the same thing, everything became painfully, beautifully clear.